Hello, welcome to another radio and television station, and I'm Kautri. Here comes the local news. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on April 5th presided over the National Online Conference on Social Economic Recovery and Development Programs, the allocation and disbursement of public investment capital, and the implementation of nationally important transport works. The first quarter of 2022 closed with GDP increased by 5.013%. The total export and import turnover of goods reached $176 billion, up 14.4% over the same period. The average consumer price index was controlled at 1.92%. Concluding the conference, the Prime Minister said the first quarter of 2022 has achieved many outstanding and comprehensive achievements in the context of many difficulties. The second quarter, it is necessary to focus on 12 main task groups and solutions, including promoting COVID-19 prevention and control programs, social economic recovery and development program, government resolutions, promoting innovation, maintain macroeconomic stability, control inflation, ensure large balances of economy, promote disbursement of public investment capital, focus on removing difficulties for production and business. In the latest forecast just released by the World Bank, WB, Vietnam economy is expected to grow by 5.3% in 2022 and then stabilize around 6.5% under a scenario of lifting travel restrictions both at home and abroad. According to the above forecast, the service sector is expected to recover step by step as consumer confidence is restored and international visitor tourism is expected to be gradually restored from mid-2022. Export turnover of processed and manufactured goods is expected to increase at a slower rate due to slowing growth in Vietnam's key export markets, the U.S., European Union, and China. The World Bank recommends that if the government deploys a strong support package with a fiscal policy, it can mitigate the negative impact on economic growth. Monetary policy still needs to be relaxed, but it must be cautious to control risk in the financial sector. The Ministry of Health said it is expected that from April 15, people have been vaccinated, declare accurate information, or have been entered data into the immunization system by immunization establishments, authenticating the information with national database on population will be granted a vaccine passport. The vaccine passport will be displayed on electronic health book app, PC COVID, or look up on the Ministry of Health websites. For people who have not been issued a vaccine passport due to lack of information or wrong information, it is necessary to contact the vaccination facility to be supplemented and updated. The United Nations Security Council met on April 5th on the Ukraine crisis as conflict shows no signs of abating and diplomatic measures have not yet made a breakthrough. At the meeting, the United Nations Secretary General warned that the war in Ukraine was one of the greatest challenges ever to the international order, stemming from nature, intensity, and consequences. Mr. Guterres said the war is adding to the pressures on developing countries where more than 1.2 billion people are particularly vulnerable to escalating prices linked to food, energy, and fertilizer. According to him, the conflict in Ukraine must be ended and the party needs to negotiate seriously for peace and based on a principle of the United Nations Charter. China's ambassador to the United Nations, Zhang Jun, warned on April 6 that the agreement announced on the same day between the US, UK, and Australia on cooperation in development of hypersonic weapons could spark a crisis similar to that of the US conflict in Ukraine. Speaking to reporters, Zhang Jun said, anyone who doesn't want to witness the Ukraine crisis should refrain from taking action that could lead other parts of the world into the similar crisis. As Chinese people say, what you don't want, don't impose it on others. China's ambassador to the United Nations made a statement after the US, UK, and Australia announced they would begin joint cooperation on the development of hypersonic weapons and electronic warfare capacities as a part of trilateral security alliance, a UK-US aimed at dealing with China. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and goodbye.